So, it would appear that the stars have aligned, and yet again I have a video project as my final. And luckily enough, I happen to know how to edit quite well, so let's see what the hell I come up with here. My goal is to say everything I've learned in calculus, and then hopefully, I pass the class. Though, since my brain wasn't able to comprehend most of the stuff because it's big words and a bunch of other things, it's senior year, I'm burnt out, man. I'll be going through everything probably the simplest and most unprofessional way I can. Cool. Cool. Derivatives. These are pretty simple, I think. Basically, you get a clump of stuff that usually comes with a number, a variable, and an exponent. And depending on what else you have there, there's different rules and stuff to actually get the derivative. Supposed to be what the slope of the tangent is, but being honest, I don't really understand what that exactly means. Rules and stuff. So power rule is basically taking away one instance, I guess, of x and multiplying that into the number. So if you have 3x squared, then you'd end up with 6x as a derivative. But what if there's just a single x, no exponent? Then just get rid of it. And if the x is gone and all that's left is a number, yeah, just throw that away too. Power rule also has kind of under variations, I think. So there's like antiderivative, which is just doing the same thing but backwards, and then second derivative, which is just doing the power rule but again. Then there's product rule, which is a little tricky-ish. So you got two things, right? Let's say x squared times 3x squared plus 2. Duplicate it and then add them. And do the power rule to each term on one side. So 2x at 3x squared plus 2 in parentheses plus 2x squared 6x, and then just solve it out. There's other rules along with it, but just doing the power rule in a different order, so as long as you get that down. Skipping ahead a bit because my mind is a complete blank from that section of the class, we have extreme value, which is something. So what you're supposed to do is head on over to Desmos, which is a website calculator, and then throw in whatever they give you. So let's say you get something like x to the third plus 10x squared plus 32x plus 35. Jesus Christ. And then next to it on the paper you see something like -5 comma -2 in brackets, which is basically telling you that from x level -5 to -2 is where you should be looking on the graph that shows up. And then just write down what y level is the highest and the lowest, and you should be good. Then there's the velocity graphs. I kind of forgot what that topic is called, but basically whatever they say is how the object will move on the actual graph. It's weird, I know. So what you do to see how exactly you move is to find the area using the x-axis as a divider to find said area of how you'd actually change the direction or something like that. So after thinking about it for a while, I kind of found out the words on how to say this. So basically, it's the velocity graph is showing the change in how you move things. So if it's slanting up, then that means the change, like the change for the thing is like going up. So it's not like a constant going up in the actual graph itself. It's the acceleration is like ramping up, and then like if the graph is flat, that means like it's going up at a slant in that constant speed. Something like that. Integrals are something. So you remember the brackets I mentioned earlier? Literally just replace those with some weird S thing in and slap the numbers onto it, with the first on the bottom and the second on the top. And it does most if you put a thingy after it with a dx. I can't tell you why, but it just solves it out, and then problem solved. So finally is areas under curves. You're gonna get 4 numbers in a graph for like the problems, and you're gonna get 2 y's and 2 x's. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the integral, you're gonna put the first x on the bottom and then the second x at the top, and then it's gonna be parentheses y1 minus y2. You close the parentheses, and then for some reason if you type in dx it just solves for some reason. So yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Not much I know, but hopefully it's good enough to help me pass the class, because I kind of need this. But yeah, have a good year.